and Lee, who help manage the crazy community. We are always trying to come up with something fresh and new and fun. And sometimes it just looks like I've jumped up like a few hundred years. But anyway, it's no small feat to pull it all off.
I'm Joe Jonas.
What do you have to say? Wow. Yeah, you look the part.
I'm an almost 30-year-old Isaac Hanson.
Oh, yes. So we are going to do something just really casual as a part of this thing. Every fan club event we've done, we've just taken questions and had a chance to just do something that we wouldn't typically do. So Zach is trying to log into the Cybernet.
Yes, the Cybernet!
Hanson Cybernet.
I'm actually logging into Skynet.
Yeah.
I'm the real Terminator.
But we're actually going to go ahead and do something totally improvisational here in the room and just old school. I'll ask you guys to throw your hands up if you want to ask a question, and we'll try and pick out who's going to ask. Like front row's kind of like
we prefer
right here.
We prefer I don't know. I was going to say something like
maybe we could,
categories like, you know.
Maybe we could get some lights up in the house so you can see the hands. Well, I'm just going to anybody in the back, you guys will get questions asked because you're right here where we look at you. Anybody I can here, no costume. Yeah. Tell me about what? What about them? That's a different band, you guys. I mean, come on. What's going on with Tin and Windows? I mean, honestly, Hanson is such a full-time deal. It's like that's one of those things that it happens when there's a little bit of extra time. I think there'll probably be another Tin and Windows record. I mean, I would guess there should be. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, it's really different. I think all of us just part of the reason why we do our songwriting retreat every year, and
I love Tin and Windows because I got like a month off.
She
like
Taylor's like
time.
You put away the whip. Start
exactly.
I'm sure something else will happen, but there's zero plans on the books. So there's like I'm starting to stockpile random songs that might fit for that. So anyway, good question. Anybody else? Nobody's asking any questions. I'm just kidding. Are you a Ghostbuster girl? Okay, Ghostbuster. Yeah.
Somebody called you.
Okay,
is that your question? Did someone call you?
Is that the question? Wow. Okay.
I just called you. These are Ghostbusters.
This is like bad stand-up comic night or something. Somebody walks in.
I just flew in from Las Vegas, and man, am I'm tired.
Okay.
What happens in Vegas? Wait. One thing I'm gonna say, just to everybody online. I am logged in to Hanson.net, so if you were watching online, send a PM to Zach Hanson. That's me. The one and only.
And send a PM to Joe Jonas at Zach Hanson. It's really, don't embrace that.
I'm gonna stop there, but on that note, I did have a question about our costumes. Were they bought, made, or rented? And they were bought. I mean,
it's like you should have gone with
I wish I could say that I spent all night with some, some foil and spray paint and worked on it, but I didn't. I was sleeping on the studio couch doing 505. Sitting there, looking at it, like, what can I buy?
Okay, any more questions? In-N-Out, we have an In-N-Out burger hat person. Are you guys one person? There's like,
yes.
Okay, got it.
There's a two-headed In-N-Out double-double.
Should have said you were double-double. Yes. That's a question we've answered for a lot of years now. Do we play the signing bands?
Which is a bad sign, right?
Yeah. You know what? The truth is, what we've said every time, and it's evolved since then, we always intended to work with other bands and sort of work on behalf of other bands, but we just don't think the idea of just signing a band is the way to do it, and we still don't feel like we've figured out a better way. And so everything we do, literally from the live streaming stuff to fan events to the tour, the way we do merchandise, is like a big experiment. And as soon as we feel like we've figured out the smarter, better way to help a band succeed outside of the usual, we'll start signing bands. So you guys are unfortunately like a huge test market for 3CG Records that helps us figure out whether you can survive off the grid, so to speak.
You did it in a positive way. You didn't say test tube.
Yeah. But we we want to be able to help a band in a way that we would feel proud if we were the band getting signed. So it will happen.
Why don't we take a question from somewhere over here?
The other way to say that was, Zach, the other way to say that would be, we don't want to end up being the Jeff Fenster. We're like, guys, we can go back to the studio and write like 80 zillion songs. Right, sounds good.
Okay. Anybody here up on the front?
We would never do that. We're
Did you
smarter
have
than that.
our friend here? Yeah. Wow. I know. We miss France.
She's asking when we'll be in France, for anybody who can't hear. Because we haven't been there in 5 years.
Like a puppy dog or something. France, what a small little country.
You've got that tower thing.
We were working.
And that hunchback guy.
As you know, for one, we tour a lot, and so we planned this year to play a lot of shows in the States, and we knew we couldn't be everywhere at the same time. So we're right now trying to organize release dates for Shout It Out and the Theme Park next year. So but that's not promising anything. We're just working on it. So we had hoped that we'll come to France. So. And thanks for being here. And Norway. Well, I mean,
and the other answer too is that part of that is just because, amongst other things, the music business is really messed up.
Well,
and there's not a lot of opportunity, you know, for touring over there when you don't have a record out. So it's kind of one of these things where
it doesn't have to all happen at the same time.
Yeah, you want to kind of like that.
Well, thank you. And Latin America. We're working on both, and that's not just Hanson time. That's actually us trying to do it. It'll be soon enough, guys.
Though everything is done on Hanson time.
Yes. Hey, Hanson time is right on time.
Exactly. We arrive precisely when we mean to. Not a moment less, not a moment more.
Okay.
Just like Gandalf.
Exactly.
Okay, we've got...
Those of you guys know we're wizards?
You're bouncing. Okay. Nice. We look good. We look almost like George and Ringo. It's weird. Yeah, that's great. Cool. Show it. Okay, display. Okay. Yeah. Zach's mustache looks good. I look chiseled. This is good. Hair. Almost got it. That Ike looks really blue though.
Well,
nice.
See, this is after I came back from Disney World. Got the ears on.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Okay, wait, hold on. You did have a
What was
question.
the question?
And did some LSD, which is weird.
That's very accurate. Watch out, because Zach is the pirating police. He'll take you down.
No.
We call him Sergeant Hanson. Yeah. What do you guys think? Did you guys get a box set of everything?
Okay, for everybody watching online and in the back of the room,
They can't hear anything that's being said.
what she said was there's most of her favorite songs are songs that are on numbers kits or B-sides or on
Thanks a lot.
other
Really.
soundtracks.
Or some weird place called Firedal Sharing Sites, which we're not exactly sure how
I don't
they
know.
got there.
The simple answer to it is there's always going to be songs that don't make albums. It's not necessarily like there's this group where we're like, what we're going to do is take these awesome songs and hide them from people as much as possible. It's just a lot of times songs don't
Like a
get
giant
finished.
Easter egg hunt for
Yeah.
years.
But there is a degree to where there's certain songs that you probably partly get into because it's secret. Oh my gosh. So I think it is a cool idea at some point to put together. And we've talked about a lot of the songs that were extra. I mean, one of the ways we sort of did that is we put a lot of extra songs on the DVD for Strong Enough to Break. there were a lot of songs that were kind of in that, and there were, but there's always going to be songs that are kind of random and are hard to find. I mean, that's the simple part of it. And maybe that'll make it more interesting when you find them.
Let's also be
And also-
honest, not every song we write we want to release. I mean, sometimes you write a song and you're like, this one sucks. Let's not put it on an album. So there's definitely those songs too. But I think we've done better. I think we've tried to give more music out with things
There's
like
4 people that are
Break,
like, you've done better.
with we have plans to make some more of the random HNet stuff actually available for download. You know, everything from turning 21 to Marshmallow Lovers.
All this Lovecraft.
So yeah.
And then we're also going to do a podcast called Zach's Random Late Night Ramblings, in which
it's gonna be-
Zach up till 2 in the morning without any coffee.
And the
To turn the
subtitle
camera
is
on.
"Don't Do Drugs."
If anyone's ever seen Drunk History, it'll be just like that. Only I won't be drunk, but I'll be doing the same stuff. It'll be great.
I'll be like, yeah, man, and Abraham Lincoln was like, I love this buffalo. Yeah, it's great. Has anyone actually seen what he's talking about? Do you guys know what that is? Okay. Because they're like, okay, anybody else questions?
Everyone's like, drunk history, that sounds awesome.